Alright, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we got a little bit of an update style video. We're going to be looking at some new products coming out of the East. We're also going to be checking out a game from the East from about a week or a week and a half ago, something like that. It looks like a pretty interesting matchup of Nami versus Red Purple Law. That should be a fun one. And this would be like the equivalent of pro level players, right? It would be players who are in the top, I think it's the top 8 or the top 16 of a large scale tournament. So that's going to be the bulk of today's video. That'll be the middle portion. But let me give you a quick layout, tell you what we're going over today, tell you what you're getting into. First up, we're going to hop over to the lab, and we're going to check out this game you see in the background of Red Yellow Sabo versus Lucci. And this version's actually I'll talk more about it in a minute, but this version is the way we're trending. I do know the person who submitted this video, not just through I know them through Discord, but we've been talking about Red Yellow Sabo, refining the list and making it better and trying to make it better and better. I'll talk about that more in a minute. So that's the first thing we'll do is we'll check out this game of Red Yellow Sabo. Then we will go over to the One Piece website, the official One Piece trading card game website, and we will check out basically like some new cards coming out, some new collector stuff coming out. So just a quick little update in that area for the people who are interested in that stuff. Then we will hop over to the game I was talking about from the East, from OP08, with Nami versus Red Purple Law. Okay, that should be pretty fun. And I'll do a full match analysis, and we'll break it down and all that good stuff. And then we will finish off with a game on the sim, a game of me playing Red Yellow Sabo, a slightly different list than what we're going to be looking at here on the screen we're on currently. Okay, so we got a lot to go over, guys, and then of course at the end, we will break down the deck list. No art critique for today, guys. Sorry, it's Friday. I'm trying to get to my locals today so I can actually play in a tournament for the first time in so long. But yeah, so we're gonna have to skip out on the art critique for today. All right, let's get into this, guys. You know what you're getting into. Let's dive straight in. First up, okay, you see it on the screen here. This is going to be Red Yellow Sabo versus Lucci. This is OP07, but the way that the sim is currently, our opponent might have some OP08 cards. It is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And one more thing I want to mention before we dive into this game is, first and foremost, me and the guy, I will at least say the player's name at the bottom because they're a very good player, and they're someone that I am actively talking to all the time about making this deck better. They're one of my friends. I refer to them as Ricky. They're the ones that gave me the idea to start trending in a different direction, and we've all come together as like a Red Yellow Sabo community at this point, if that's a thing. And I like the direction of this deck, and I will be putting out a video very soon on an updated version of what I've been doing with Red Yellow Sabo, and it's very, very similar to what's going on here. So this is kind of going to act as like a sneak peek for what's to come. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out, guys. Volume is off, speed is on 2x. Let's go ahead and do this. And it looks like, let's see who's going first. The Sabo player's going first. Now, speaking of that, I do apologize, guys. It's a little cut off at the bottom. I must have messed up on the dimensions. My apologies there. But when it comes to, and you guys can't quite see the last card. That is a that is a you're the one who should disappear. Sorry, it's kind of cut off. That's my fault, guys. I should have fixed the dimensions on this. I thought I had the right one. I didn't. So when it comes to Red Yellow Sabo, back to what I was saying. Notice what's in our hand. Notice the very first card in our hand. That is a Tropical Torment. Okay, we have a Tropical Torment, and we have a oh gosh, Flame Dragon King or something. I can never remember the exact name of it. That's the 2-cost event. And there are two different ways. There's really 3 major ways that the Red Yellow Sabo player can do this turn. They could swing for 8 to face. They could poke for 5 and then pop the top card of their life with the Tropical Torment. Or they could swing for 6 and then sit on a Dragon King, whatever it's called. the card I can't remember, the Dragon Flame King. So let's see what they choose to do here. And like I said, there is really no wrong play there. All of those are very viable options. Swinging for 6. I like this one the best. In fact, let's bust out the chess meter, the accuracy meter. I think this was the best move. Some people might still consider this the stage of the game where it's more like the book moves, but not really. This is where an actual decision needed to be made, and I think that's the best decision. It poked in. It got a life, by the way, so next turn our effect will be on for all of our Land of Wano characters, right? That's number 1. And number 2, it's going to get us out of one of our opponent's attacks, and last but not least, it's going to let us set our life for the rest of the game, which is so, so powerful in this situation. Okay, turn off the accuracy meter, play, here we go. All right, so like I said, we are in 2x speed, guys. We are in 2x speed, as you can see at the top there. And they swung in. Oh gosh, they did that too quick. I was talking. Boom. So they swung in for 5. You just used the counter here. Yes, it is a 4,000 counter. That was technically overkill, but it doesn't matter. Now we know what to expect for the rest of the game. We can set our life and pick the cards we want to get first. Now, like I said, me and this guy, Ricky, we have made revisions since this video's come out. You know, we're working on this red, yellow Sabo list, and it's coming a long way, guys. We're not running puddings anymore, but this was the version that was still running puddings, so check it out. Okay, they're going to set... I like that. I like putting the what's his name on top. Gosh, sorry guys, pause. They play out Brook, and now it's our turn. We Tropical Torment right away to pop their life, and now all of our Land of Wano triggers will be on for the rest of the game, and they just lost a 2k counter. We paid 3, they trashed the top card of their life. The Tropical Torment says you can make them trash the top card of their life if they have 4 or more cards in their life. So that's very, very powerful. Now, I like that we put the Kid Killer all the way at the top, so that's the first thing we're going to get, so we can keep putting pressure on our opponent here. Now, he has 2 Dawn left for the turn. He doesn't want to bluff at all. He doesn't want to bluff a 2-cost event or anything like that. Let's just go 7 to face. Let's just whittle our opponent down, beat them down, make them throw cards away from their hand very early on, and then we can take control of the game in that way. All right, so let's see what happens here. Yep, just like we said. Swing for 7. We just got a 2k, 1k out of their hand. They're down to 5 cards in hand. Now, we can... Countering out of this, I think, is definitely the right call. You know, because there's no point in taking unnecessary damage here. Now, there it's fine to counter out of because it's not worth using a 2k counter on. We'll swing 5 and a 4. We actually want them to counter out of this, right? We want to just keep taking their hand away. Plays out, just plops down a 7-cost Linlin. We gain a life from that, and we don't know what that top life card is yet, but that's okay. And now it's our opponent's turn to make a decision there where it's like, okay, we have a 7-cost 8k on the board. Lucci can obviously remove this card, right? Like, we're not really concerned about that part. We just wanted to take up some of their turn, right? Like, so we're pretty much, we've come to grips that this card is going to get removed, like, right away with, like, a, okay, and actually, okay, and this is OP08. I was going to say, I was expecting them to play out something like a, I was expecting them to swing for 5, do the -2, and plop down a Gecko Moria. So that'd be 3, 6, yeah, and then they'd play out a Lucci with, like, a Rebecca Spandine combo or something like that. Playing out Jack was actually pretty ideal for us as Red Yellow Sabo, right? Because now, okay, that's a card that, yeah, it is able to KO cards every turn, but it's a card that might potentially not attack us, and instead it's just going to, you know, keep turning sideways. It's almost preferable to something like a Gecko Moria. Okay, because Gecko Moria fills out the entire board. Okay, and that's what our top life was. It was a Kikanojo. We will take it every single time. Okay, so hang on. So swing 6, Kid and Killer here. Okay, let's see what happens here. Swing for 7, play out the other one, swing for 9. Very nice. We're saying all gas, no brakes. So I typically like to take my time, like when I have so much control of the board. And honestly, I think what I would have done, like that play worked fine. This is going to go through. I have almost no doubt. Let's see. Yeah, it goes through, of course. So the way that I would have done that turn a little bit differently, and it's not to say my play was better or his play was worse or anything. It's just a different choice. So right here, let's go back to the beginning of the turn. We had no idea we were going to get that Kikanojo, but that's fine. So right here, I like just going 6 into the, what's his name? Or actually, excuse me, I would go 7, but hear me out. I'd go 7 into Lucci, and then I'd go 6 more into Lucci with my leader, maybe even 7 at that point, since I'm going to have to mess up my Dawn. And then I go 7 more into Lucci with Kid and Killer, and then I buff him in that way. Or if he got taken care of, I play out another Kikanojo. I do 1 extra turn of development there where I can just keep going, guys. I'm sorry, my nose keeps itching from the my mustache, guys. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so right here, like I said, I'd rather just take care of the board. That's just me personally, and I would have played out my other Kikanojo, bouncing the one back, you know, bouncing one of them to life. Maybe leaving one of them, you know, the rest of one, leave them there so we can draw a card from that, or, you know, take it to life. And then I'd still be sitting on this kind of firepower from my hand with double Kid and Killer. However, this play works just fine as well because look what's in our hand. We have lethal in our hand, basically. Like, not literally, but we basically have lethal in our hand. And by the way, that Kid and Killer will have that buff until the start of our next turn. Okay, so that is a 7,000 power Kid and Killer, period, right now. Okay, so they're going to do -2 with the stage. Looks like they're going to pop the Kikanojo with the Jack. That's fine. We gain a life. Now they're scared to attack. They're like, wait, do we or excuse me, maybe they were thinking about attacking into Kid and Killer, and they can't even do that. You know, they can't actually attack into Kid and Killer because he's a 7K. So they go ahead and pop it with that whole Gecko, Rebecca, excuse me, Gecko, Rebecca, Brooke combo. We swing, no trigger, get a Hiyori. We have a Kid Killer on top of our life, but look what's in our hand. And in this situation, guys, this is how I would do it. Okay, yep, swing that there. Now right here, swing for 6. This is exactly the right call. Like you might be thinking, wait, why don't you just play out the Luffy? Here's why. Just in case he can somehow counter out, because we don't know what's in his hand. We have no idea what was in his hand. So it's like, okay, just in case he can counter out, let's swing for 6 first. Maybe it'll get the blocker. Who knows what it'll get, but hopefully it'll get cards from hand. So now we can plop down the Luffy and smash through. And like I said, if they somehow survive, Luffy goes back to the top of life. They can't even KO it. And now please attack me so I can do it again next turn. Okay, they take it. Now it's time for Luffy. Attach and smash. Okay, GG. They had a Gecko Warrior for next turn with double Brook. Not enough, though. It's not getting out of a, what was that, a 10,000 power attack. And like I said, even if they somehow could get out of that, Luffy goes back to the top of life. And we already knew what was coming in our life. We had a Pudding, a Shanks, and a Pudding. So, you know, really good stuff there. Like I said, guys, this was kind of a sneak peek. I'm going to do an updated Red, Yellow, Sabo list of what I think is the actual correct direction we need to start building the list. That is exciting news. Now, one more sneak peek for tomorrow. I plan on putting out a Blue Yellow Ace game, or excuse me, a Blue Yellow Ace video for tomorrow. That should be fun. I'm not saying it's a great list yet. I'll talk more about that in that video. But for Red, Yellow, Sabo, in the probably next week, I want to actually put out another video saying like, hey guys, I think this is the list, or at least this is the direction to build towards for OP07. Okay, but that's in the near future. All right, awesome game, though, by Ricky. Like I said, he's one of my buddies that we talk on the channel. We're trying to brainstorm this Red, Yellow, Sabo. And if you want to get in on that action, guys, just hop in the Discord and tell us what you think. Give us some ideas and all that good stuff. All right, so now real quick, guys, let me go over to the news that I had planned. Let me move my face down here. Bring up the other site here. Go full screen. And take off the... I remembered to take off the whatchamacallit, the overlay this time. Okay, cool. So here we are, guys. We're just on the One Piece website. I'll link this in the comment section below for those who are interested. Just wanted to go over some cool ideas, some cool new... they had a few updates here. Gen Con update. Go here and check it out if you're interested. The official shop has been updated. All kinds of stuff, even the Bandai Card Games Fest and the championship stuff. But I wanted to look at this real quick. Check this out, guys, for the boosters. Excuse me. These will be coming out. This is the Treasure Booster Set. What is the Treasure Booster Set, you might ask? It looks like it's going to be a $20 pack of 4 packs. Okay, 4 booster packs. Sorry, I know that's confusing. But it's going to be 4 boosters in 1 pack that looks like this on the right here. Do you see it on the right? And inside there, well, what's inside there? It will be 4 random OP01 through OP05 booster packs. So there's going to be possibilities in there to get whatever. And it says 1 promo card. I don't actually know what that is. I'm sorry, guys. If you know, just put it in the comment section below. That's coming out August 30th. And guys, at the time I am putting this out July 26th. That's the date of today's video. So this is about 1 month away, and this should also help drive down the prices of some cards from those sets. So that's a good thing, right? That's a very good thing. Now, 2 other things I want to look at. This one had me a little bit excited. You guys know I've been hyping up Red, Yellow, Sabo lately. Anyone who follows the channel knows I've been talking about Red, Yellow, Sabo, and I was also a big fan of Black, Yellow, Luffy. That never went away. I just decided. Let me back out. There we go. I just decided I wanted to go more in the Red, Yellow, Sabo route because everyone kind of knows about Black, Yellow, Luffy now. But check these out, guys. Let me move. There we go. This, I know some people are like, wait, what's the difference, right? And in fact, someone posted this in the Discord, and someone was like, I don't see the difference. Look very closely, guys. Look at this. Gold for the font. It has no borders. It just looks incredible. It's like this black background with red and yellow for Sabo, blue and yellow for Ace, black and yellow for Luffy. Just looks really clean, really cool. I might have to get my hands on this one here. I might have to. These are cool as well. These are the classic leaders, but those aren't really my favorite. These aren't really colors that I play all the time. I'm way more interested in the black and yellow stuff, and in this case, red and yellow, of course. But very cool. You tell me what you guys think about that. How awesome do these alt art leaders look? Really good stuff there. All right, let's go ahead and zoom back out to 100%. And I wanted to look at one more thing. This sleeve looks pretty cool. These are just gold and blue, or blue and gold sleeves. And then this one. This is a limited card sleeve, guys. If you're interested, check this out. Available at BCG Fest World Tour in Dallas. It looks like they'll be $10 for a set of 70. I don't know if they're going to offer these anywhere else. It's kind of cool, right? Because they're not like a stand-up like a card normally would. They're sideways. They're horizontal. They're like landscape as opposed to vertical. So really, really cool stuff there. Really nice looking sleeves as well. And notice it is like the, let me see. I think it was one of these, oh, well, I can't find it now. But I think, or maybe it was this one. Let me see something. No. I know what it was. It was the championship one. There it is. Like, that's the sleeve, like, where it's really big and, like, blown up for like, a background. And they turned this, you know, they basically turned it into a card sleeve. Looks really good. The colors are incredible. Very vibrant. It's got the whole egghead theme going on. It's for the championship series. Just looks great. Okay, so that's all the updates we have for Bandai for now. Now we're going to hop over to the game, the feature match from the East we're going to be showing here. I will link this in the comment section below as well, so you can go check this out at your own leisure, watch it, you know, put the translations on, whatever you want to do. But real quick, let me check something, guys. We're on 2x speed. Volume is off. Let's go ahead and hit play. Let me let it go in here, and I can pause it, and I can adjust my face camera. We're just going to take up the timer. We don't need to know about the timer right now. There we go. We're ready to go. So right now we've got a game of Nami versus Red Purple Law. Guys, I know a lot of people are memeing on Nami, but Nami is a very legitimate deck, guys. It can win games. Now, let me read the hands real quick of each player, and then we'll dive into this. On the left, it looks like we have Nami with a, what is that, Snake Dance, Love Mellow, Desert Spada, Zeph. I haven't seen Zeph in a list in a while, and Margaret. She's a new 3-cost 2K 0 counter, but blocker that on play draws a card. Very powerful in Nami. And then on the right, we have a Eustace Kid, Reiju, Zoro, Shashin Penguin, and Queen. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's dive in. Nami's going to go first here. I don't know if Nami wants that or not. In fact, I would say Nami does not want to go first typically. She'd rather start by drawing a card, right? Because that's getting her closer and closer to her win condition. Okay, but what's his name? Red Purple Law definitely wants to go second. They would prefer that. So starting off with the Sanji's Pilaf. That's always dangerous because now they can't use events. But okay, they're going to counter out with Zeph. I do like that a lot. So this guy knows. The guy on the right knows how to play against Nami. If Nami is tapped out, you go in. You just attack, attack, attack. Now, personally, I would take this attack for 6. I'm not countering out with Kaya. That's not happening. I would take this hit and risk getting like some kind of powerful trigger that like draws 2 and trashes 1 or something along those lines. Okay, swing 6. Like I said, absolutely. Yeah, I do agree with taking that. And we got an Apis. Okay, so this is a pretty traditional list, I think. Shashi and Penguin, they cheat that out to get a little more pressure on the board. The way to beat Nami is to swing when they have less Dawn, when they have the least amount of Dawn possible, and then on top of that, going as wide as possible, attacking for just enough to elicit a response from your opponent. Okay, they're going to do a Kaya, trashing a wow, okay, that's odd. So trashing out, I understand that Margaret is how do I say this? It's very easy to remove for Red Purple Law, because they can just use the leader effect, bottom deck, and cheat out a card. However, we do still want to do that because they're going to use that effect anyway if they have to. Because, look at this, they're at 3 Dawn now. You know what I mean? We're up to 5 Dawn, they're down to 3. So if we can keep them burning Dawn cards from their hand, that's actually not a bad thing for us. And we draw a card from it, so it replaces itself immediately. But there are a lot of other very, very powerful options in the Nami player's hands. He had a very tough decision there. But I'm just going to be honest, guys. I would have trashed the Desert Spada before I trashed that blocker. That's just me personally. But against Law, who knows? They do like to swing for 5s and 6s as much as they can. So they play out an Apis. Okay, hang on a second. They actually played out Apis. So this card, you have to trash 2 cards, and then you could do a top 5 search for, I think it's an East Blue card. Okay, they're going to trash 2 cards. There's the Desert Spot I was saying to trash anyway. And they trash the Snake. I like trashing Snake Dance. That's fine, especially this early in the game. Top 5 search, and looks like they're going to get a Sanji's Pilaf. Very nice. A very experienced Nami player, that's for sure. But I still don't know if I like that idea. Oh, I know. Excuse me. They're playing around the 4-cost blocker Law. That's the idea there. They're trying to play around blocker Law, still get some kind of value, trash 2 cards to draw a card, and now they got this card on the board. The card doesn't really matter at all. And, of course, Nami swung 5 into the Zoro, which was 1K countered out by the Eustace Kid. Okay, so we have some very high-level play going on, guys. Like, this is very high-level play, very technical. The Nami player is trying to stay under 5 cards in hand. Or, I mean, excuse me, under 7 cards in hand. Okay, playing out the Reiju seems good. Draw. He has less Dawn and has 5 less cards in hand, so he gets to draw 2. Gonna swing 6 here. I think this is a great time to Desert Spada. Absolutely, that is the card. So that is a 1-cost card that does a top 3 search. It does plus 2,000 power for the turn. The trigger's draw 2, trash 1. The card is very good for Nami. And they're gonna... Okay, they bottom decked some cards there. Hang on. So they bottom decked... Excuse me. So they bottom decked a Sanji's Pilaf, a Rubber Band of Doom, Usopp's Rubber Band of Doom, and an Impel Down All-Stars. I'm very confused about that because I thought they had a Rubber Band of Doom in their hand. Let me see something real quick, guys. Because, so what you could do, pause, it is a gavel. Okay, it is at least a giant gavel, never mind. Because what I was going to say was, what you could do in that situation is actually set up where you mill that Impel Down All-Stars very easily if you do have a, whatever the cards we just said in hand, the Rubber Band of Doom. Okay, they're going to swing 5 here. This is getting dicey already. This is a less than ideal turn. Okay, there's a Rubber Band of Doom right there, so very nice. That does a draw 1, trash the top card of your deck as a trigger. Very nice. Oh, he's asking what the judge is asking to make sure that was the correct response. That is what the trigger. That is in fact what the trigger does. That the judge was just checking. It's always good when the judge is watching the game to make sure no craziness happens. Whoops, what just happened there? Sorry guys, I just missed it. So giant gavel. You have to trash a card from hand. It goes plus 4,000 for the turn, and you trash the top 2 cards of your deck. 1, 2. There you go. That's another really strong card in this deck, and that's why I kind of don't like the idea of running the of using the Apis in that way. That would have been an easy 2K counter against one of these attacks right here. We could have done other things in hand, and then I think you just risk him not having the 4-cost 5K blocker because you're trashing 2 cards at random, and none of these cards by themselves are like insanely important, at least not at this stage of the game. But hey, like I said, this guy's clearly a veteran Nami player. He went 7-1 with Nami. Do you see the record over here, guys? Right here is the record, over here at the very top. And this guy went 6-2 on Red Purple Law. So really good stuff here. Okay, so they, sorry guys, they did Sanji's Pilaf to draw 2, and now they're going to sit on 4 Open Dawn with 3 life. But the Law already has a full board on turn, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 7. So this is turn 4 for the Law player. And they already have 4 characters ready to swing on turn 4. Very, very powerful. Okay, so we do a Desert Spada to get out of that attack, and we're bottom decking it again. Now, there is something to be said, guys. A lot of people like to set the bottom cards of their deck. That is a very real thing. For example, in a game like Flesh and Blood, there's a lot of things where you pitch cards from your hand to put them on the bottom, and good players, and I mean very good players, we're not talking like just good players, we're talking like exceptionally high level players, they will keep in their memory like, okay, this was the card that I put there, and then they start stacking the bottom of their deck in a way so that they know what's coming. Now, it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you have to shuffle your deck. Things happen, okay? It is a trading card game. But my point is, this guy has set a Sanji's Pilaf now 6 from the bottom, right? He has, actually, Anakaya did go to the bottom as well from the bottom decking effect of the Red Purple Law. So we know that there is a Sanji's Pilaf 7 from the bottom, then Akaya 4th from the bottom, and then whatever those 3 cards were that he just set, I wasn't actually looking for that part there. So he is... I have no doubt that this player is good enough that he's keeping track of all of the bottom cards in his deck, and he's going to set it up in a very specific way. So really good stuff there. Okay, so going to swing 6 with Red Purple Law. Going to use Love Mellow, and since he has 4 or less cards in hand, he can draw a card, or it might be 3 or less. I can't remember, guys. It's 3. Oh, there it is, right there. Pause. It says if you have. It says 3. I can see the number 3, so I can't read any Japanese. But because I see the number 3, it's obviously 3 or less. And since he had 4 cards in hand, he played the Love Mellow. It's no longer in his hand, and now he has 3 cards in hand at resolution, so he can draw from the effect. Very technical deck, guys. This is a very technical deck. And look at this. Red Purple Law is just running him over right now, guys. Like, obviously, right? I guess that's what we could expect. But okay, so let's see what happens here. He's just smashing in. He still has a Zoro to swing with. Okay, and then we get a Kaya from that. This is a very, very bad situation to be in. Swing in for, pause, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5 Dawn or 4? It's 4 Dawn. So swinging for 9. We have 1 Dawn open. We do not have another Gavel. Gum Gum Giant Gavel is the 1-cost 4K counter. I don't see it in hand. I could be wrong, but yeah, I do not see it in hand. So in this situation, he might just have to take it. He has an Impel All-Stars, which does nothing. 2 2K counter Kayas. Love Beam. Yeah, he's going to have to take this, guys, unless he wants to just burn. No, I don't think he can do it. I think he literally has no choice but to take it. Okay, Rubber Band of Doom. So he's going to trash a card and draw a card. Very good. Or maybe it might be draw a card, then trash a card. Okay, and then now we got Black Maria on the board. We're going to, draw up to our opponent's Dawn count from the Black Maria effect and pass the turn. And guys, this is not looking good for our Nami player. Guys, this is not looking good for our Nami player. Okay. I'm gonna draw 2, trash 2 with Kaya. Draw 2, trash 2 with Kaya. Right now, this is... He has to leave all of his Dawn open, in my personal opinion. He did that's the draw 2, trash 2 from the other Kaya. Pass turn. Whoa. No. That is so crazy right there, guys. Playing the Sanji's Pilaf. I do not agree with that. I would have just sat on the Love Beam and the Desert Spada and so many other things in hand. I would not have done the Sanji's Pilaf because he has 4 Dawn to get out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 attacks if he has something from hand, if the Red Purple Law player does. What is happening? I'm so confused. Okay, he's going to trash 2 cards from hand to use the Apis effect again to do a top 5 search. He gets a Kaya. Okay, but that's we have 3 Dawn left. We have 3 Dawn left. Okay, so this might be game here. This might be GG. I'm not sure. I've not seen this game, guys. I have no idea what's about to happen. But if I had to guess, Red Purple Law is going to win this one. Swing for 6. He's going to Desert Spada. Yikes. Okay. What did he do there? He looked at the top 3, and he's putting them on the bottom again. He just keeps putting cards on the bottom, I believe. Swing for 6. Yeah, this guy on the right has played against a few Namis. Let me tell y'all right now, guys. The guy on the right has played against a few Namis. He understands everything that's going on right now. There goes Love Beam. And now you just load up because he has no Dawn left and swing for pause. Swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Swing for 12. GG, no way out of it. Honestly, that game was not even close, unfortunately, for the Nami player. There were a few things I have to mention. These guys are incredible players, guys. Please don't think I'm just like criticizing them in like an unjust way or anything like that. But the thing I want to mention is all the way in the beginning of the game. Okay, there's with the starting hands. So starting right here, I was concerned. Okay, the first turn was fine. You took 1 life. That's actually not unheard of to take a life in the very beginning of the game. Playing out the Kaya early is fine as well. And then you got to pitch these All-Stars. But right there, using the Marguerite, I don't know how to say it. That I wouldn't have done. And then here's where it gets super crazy for me, guys. Watch this. We have 4 Dawn active. We're going to swing 5 into the Zora, of course. That's just a good play. And then we're going to play out the Apis. This, to me, is really, really crazy. I'm not going to like very, very odd. Because you just trashed 2 cards from hand. I get it. Like I said, I know they're trying to play around something like a 4-cost blocker Law. But right now, our opponent doesn't even have the card. So I get the heads-up play. And like I said, this guy is very experienced as Nami. Obviously, he went 7-1 in a major tournament. But why play around something you don't know is what's in their hand? Especially when that card in their hand is not even going to ruin... It's not even going to make you lose the game. Because, number one, they did lose the game trying this play. Whereas, like, okay, let me say it like this. He got a Sanji's Pilaf. So we wouldn't have the Sanji's Pilaf in hand. I just need to see the hand now. Like, what were you scared of losing? Let me go back to Apis right before he played it. There we go. So let's look at our Nami player's hand. Yeah, what are you scared of losing in this hand? That's my question. Like, say they cheat out what's his name? The Red Purple Law, or the 4-cost blocker Law. And we have 7 cards in hand. What are you scared of losing? We trashed a Snake Dance and a Desert Spada. We have 2 Desert Spadas. And hopefully y'all see what I'm saying. That Apis would have been a nice 2K counter to use to stay higher in our life against all these 5 and 6K attacks. That's just the way that I would have done it, guys. That's just the way I would have done it. Not trying to question everything going on, because I do see some of the logic there. I see what he's trying to do. Like, okay, I'm going to play around this card. But you played yourself into the card, right? Instead, you got to choose the 2 cards for you to trash. And now you also lost a 2K counter. And then I guess he drew into a Sanji's Pilaf, better than nothing, right? And he starts to get to set the bottom of his deck, like I was saying, with that Apis effect. But it's just one of those situations where I would not have played the Apis this early. I love the idea of playing out Apis for the draw card effect and to do the bottom deck searching, but I feel like that is like a 7 or 8 Dawn play. Like, once you have a pretty good grasp of cards in your hand, you know what you want to get and all that good stuff. Okay, that's enough. Really good game there. Really well played by the Red Purple Law player, and well played by the Nami. This is just an extremely tough matchup for Nami. Okay, or at least it can be. It can be, right, if you don't know what you're doing. Now, let's go ahead and finish off. We got one game on the sim real quick. Hang on one second. This is another Red-Yellow Sabo game. A little bit of fun here. Let me go ahead and maximize my face down there. The screen's up. Okay, volume is off. Speed is on 2x, and we're good to go. So I have mentioned this before, guys, that Red-Yellow Sabo feels very, very strong into Red-Purple Luffy. Let me pause for this little search here. Excuse me. This version that I'm running right now is something I'm going to revisit again in OP08.5. Not OP08, OP08.5, when we get the new starter decks over here, where I can mess around with the new 7-cost Newgate. That's a video for a whole other day, but just know, guys, I will put this, I'll post this deck list at the end of the video, or I'll put it in the comment section, I'll show it after this game. But I want to say that I think this version has potential, but this needs a little more work. This needs a few more cards that are coming out in the very near future for us. So, now, this is Red-Yellow Sabo versus Red-Purple Luffy. I played out the EZO, and let's see what I go ahead and draw for this turn. I gotta put my glasses on so I can even see, and let me hit play. I could have got the 9-cost, what's his name, Newgate, but instead I get the Portgosti Ace. I'm still running Blaminko in this version. This card, I'm not a fan of. I'm not gonna lie. I tried it out. It's not that it's bad, but I'd rather have something else in its place. Okay, so he's going to swing 6 into 5. I'm fine with taking it. I need to get down to 2 life anyway, right? So my aces have a rush. So in this situation, it's like, okay, I'm just going to pop that. He can ramp a Dawn if he wants to. I'm going to pass the turn and say go. You know, it's just like, I can't swing 5 into 6. I develop a 6K body. I'm completely fine with this. He plays out double back rat, swings for 6. I wanted to take that. I could have countered it out very easily, but I want to go down to 2 life so my aces can be used in the way that I need them to be used. Okay, so right here, we're going to swing for 6. And it looks like they trashed a card from hand there. I don't know what they just used. I'm sorry, guys. What was that? Did they take it? I'm sorry. They might have taken it. Hang on. So they... Oh, I think they trashed a card to use the back rat's effect, maybe? Yes. To go plus 2,000 for the turn. That's what back rat can do. All right. So now I'm going to swing 6 again, I believe. Yep. Just swing 6. I'm just poking. Red Purple Luffy hates this when you just poke as wide as you can. Swing 7. All right. And now right here, I think I'm about to use Blaminko. I'm going to put that back. Swing for 6 more. We'll do minus 2,000 of the back rat. It doesn't matter. I can't do anything with that. Like I don't have any follow-up to that. But hey, made him use a Rad Beam so that they can keep the blocker. They're about to be on 9 Dawn. They're going to drop a Newgate, go up to 10 Dawn, swing for 8. Or excuse me, swing for 9. I can't even count. Swing for 9 into 6. I don't have any events in my hand. So very unfortunate because I want to keep this character on the board. It's very important for me to keep that character on the board. Okay, but watch this, guys. Play out the little ace. Swing for 8 into 8. Now my leader is 7. And you see how I just keep pestering him with these dead-on attacks? Red Purple Luffy doesn't really build his deck to deal with that. Right here, I'm considering what I want to do here. Yeah, I think I should push back the ace. Yeah, push back that ace. Buff one of these guys here. We'll buff him. Swing 9 into 8. And then unfortunately, you know, and then I swing 8 into 8. I was gonna say I think I messed up on the math, but no, I forgot. I had 1 on him, and he got plus 2,000 from the little 2-cost ace. He swings 6 into 7. I guess he forgot. Like, hey man, I can buff my leader as well. Swings in. He's probably gonna play 10-cost Luffy. Yeah, I knew that was coming. I don't know if he can win the game at this point. That's the point of that's where we're at right now. He knows I have my rush ace in my hand. How is he supposed to survive this turn? And I think he's on full tilt because I believe he messed up right there. Because shouldn't he be... No, I think he actually did that right. Never mind. I think he did that correctly. Swing 8 into 9. Okay, that doesn't do anything, but hey, that gets rid of him. Maybe he was just trying to not give me counters or something, or, you know, like potential triggers. But hey, I'm swinging in for 8 now, and then we're swinging in for more. Okay, he shows me that, so now it's like, okay, swing 6, swing 8. I think I should have done... okay, that works. I was going to say, I think I should have done 8 and then just 8. I think that would have just made more sense. But GG, that was a good one. Red Purple Luffy really has a hard time against this deck. And let me see what was coming in my life. 2 Otamas. 2 2K counters were coming in life. I didn't have a lot more gas in hand, but look at this. I had an ace coming back just nonstop. I'm going to recycle that the whole time with this version of with this version of Luffy, or this version of Sabo. And I had another ace on top of my deck. We'll take it every single time. Okay, that was a fun one. That was just a quick fun game there. let me hop on the sim. This was the deck list I was running, but I don't see the Flamencos. Let me see if there's an older list I was running. Hang on one second, guys. Is it this one? It was this one, I think. Yes, I believe this was it. I'm not 100% sure, but I do think I was running 2 Momonosuke's, 2 Ace, and then the 2 Little Ace. I'm pretty sure this was the list. This deck gets much, much stronger once we get a certain card from OP08.5. I talk about it all the time. Let me move my face before I forget, as usual. But yeah, this Strawbeard version, or not Strawbeard, excuse me, this Sabobeard version of Red Yellow Sabo gets so much stronger once we get the 7-cost new gate, because then we're going to be able to pop cards easily. It allows us to fight for the board in a different way, and think about the curve you're going to be going on at that rate. It's going to be like, okay, you know, turn 3, like now you'll actually want to go first, right? Because turn 1 you've got Izo, turn 2 you might play something like this Vista, that's just a placeholder, or you could just smash in with your leader, or, you know, you could go 5 and 5, however you want to do it, right? And then turn 3, 5-cost Ace, turn 4, the 7-cost new gate that's not in the list right now, and then turn 5 straight into 9 Beard, and it just has a curve to it that is has a lot of potential. It's potentially very, very powerful. Some cards I do want to talk about real quick is we'll be able to replace this Otama with some other kind of 2K counter. That's fine, but I do like the power reduction. I think that's nice, and because I'm running a small package of Momonosuke Land of Wano, I can just put this back to my life if I need to. Like, notice I'm running 4, 8, 12 Land of Wano. Excuse me, Izo is also Land of Wano. So I'm actually running 4, 8, 12, 16 Land of Wano targets for my Momonosuke to put back into life. What else? Flamenco, like I said, this is going to be the first card to go, but I do really like Haruta. And I remember for a while when people were trying to figure out Red Yellow Sabo, a lot of people, myself included, were running these characters that can help push Dawn onto my leader for free, so I can keep doing other effects for the turn, bounce cards back to life easier, and all that good stuff. But one thing I do want to mention, guys, with Izo, one thing to consider is, guess what? This is a Whitebeard Pirate searchable card. So is this one. So Izo has a lot of mileage in a deck like this, and if we do combo it with like some type of small Land of Wano package, check it out, guys. We would have access to something like Momo. We already want to run Kikinojo in pretty much any version of this deck. It's just that good. You don't have to, but it kind of, why wouldn't you, right? That becomes the question. This card and Sabo are like made in the shade. They're just made in the shade, man. They're meant to be together. Very, very powerful. Now this version, as you notice, this is the only trigger in the entire deck. This is not a trigger-heavy version, and that is the direction we're going to be trending with Sabo in the near future here for the remainder of OP07. We'll talk about that more in another video. All right, guys, that's about it. I don't have a lot more to talk about. Like I said, I'm trying to rush this video so I can actually get to locals on time. We're under 40 minutes. This is wild. Okay, this is a very short video for me. Excellent. So, real quick, if you guys have any comments, if you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions, whatever, please do not hesitate to ask. I want to make one more announcement at the very end here. I have started a second channel for anyone who is interested in Flesh and Blood. Flesh and Blood, the TCG. This is my new channel. It's literally called the VV Theory, but it does have a different @ It's not the exact same channel. Notice this one is at... So my normal channel is at VV Ulfric, like Wolfric, so VVULFRIK. But this one is at VV Ulfcrit, so VVULFKRIT. I always like to, you know, have it a little bit unique. I just started this channel yesterday, and it is brand new. I will not be posting a video every day on this. I will still be doing One Piece content every single day. Okay, One Piece is still my main thing. It's the game I enjoy the most. It has the biggest scene where I'm at locally, at least other than, I think, Magic the Gathering. But it has a very big local scene where I live. Flesh and Blood, not so much, but Flesh and Blood is still a game that I enjoy to play on the side. I like to follow it. In fact, right now, as I'm speaking, they're in the middle of Pro Tour Amsterdam, which I do want to try to cover at some point over the weekend. Anyway, my point is, don't feel obligated. You don't have to join this if you don't want to, even though it would help me out by having more subs on here. But anyone who is interested in Flesh and Blood, or if you just like following it from the side, I will be doing content for Flesh and Blood on the side. And like I said, don't worry, it will not be getting in the way of my main channel for One Piece. All right, that would really help me out there, like I said, for anyone who does want to sub to that, or just wants to learn a cool new game, that kind of idea. Not trying to take One Piece players, again, can't stress that enough. I have to be so upfront and so transparent with this, but it's just something fun that I like to mess with on the side, is this Flesh and Blood. Okay, now we can end the video. First and foremost, thank you guys so much to anyone who bought the playmat. We had to add a new name, Zero's Legend, to the list. Thank you so much, man. Thank you guys so much to everybody who supports this channel by buying the mat, or even the people who are on the Patreon page here who are just literally donating to the channel to help out. They're not getting anything extra for that other than their name on a Patreon page at the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for that. And for anyone who does want to help, I have all the information in the general description of my videos if you're trying to help out with Patreon or PayPal or whatever you want to do to help out. And if you do help out, your name obviously goes on these pages. One more thing, for anyone who's just watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting, if you're doing any of that stuff, you're helping me out with the channel, and I really do appreciate that. It helps feed the algorithm, helps push my videos to bigger and bigger reaches. All right, that's it, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, until next time, peace.